we've seen, there are a lot of problematic people out there. I mean, with cancel culture and all the wild and crazy things that have happened in the world, there's been a lot of celebrities getting called out on their less than ideal behavior. Though usually the celebrity involved in whatever scandal just apologizes and moves on, sometimes other celebrities can come to their aid and defend them. We're going to talk about some of these people today as we count down the top 10 celebrities who support problematic people. At number 10, Bella Thorne. Do you guys remember that whole Armie Hammer scandal that happened? It feels like it happened forever ago, but it all went down in January of this year, and it was the first explosive Hollywood scandal of 2021. Essentially, it all started when an Instagram page exposed some of the leaked messages between Armie and a partner, and it exposed some of Armie's controversial bedroom fantasies. This scandal quickly became something else, but for the purposes of this video, we don't really need to get into that drama. Anyways, when all this bedroom talk was going down, former Disney star Bella Thorne came to defend Armie and what had been exposed. In the wake of this scandal, Bella made a post on her Instagram story where she said, quote, "I honestly can't believe this. People are crazy to fake this kinda ish. This poor guy and his kids leave him and his family alone. No way, he's a freaking cannibal. Also, there's a million fake screenshots going around." End quote. As a result of this defense, people started coming for Bella too, calling her out for defending something that would later become more serious. Some called her out for not believing victims, and others called her out for making light of the situation, but all in all, both Armie and Bella received backlash for this. At number 9, Bill Gates. Bill and Melinda Gates made headlines earlier this year after announcing their divorce, ending their marriage of 27 years. Though their divorce was some pretty big news, the bigger headlines that people started focusing on was the fact that Bill had been exposed for his dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. Information had come out suggesting that Melinda had been making plans to divorce her husband since back in 2019 because of her husband's ties to Epstein. Melinda had apparently been very unhappy with her husband's relationship with Epstein for years and reportedly made the decision to start the divorcing process after a report by the New York Times had linked Bill and Jeffrey. Melinda previously warned Bill about the billionaire when they first met back in 2013, however despite her forewarnings, Bill allegedly continued to meet with Epstein and defended his relationship with him, later leading him to getting exposed for their relationship when Epstein was arrested in 2019. Melinda seemingly wanted out of her marriage as soon as she realized that Bill was in too deep with Epstein, and as a result, Bill has not only been re-exposed for their shady relationship, but also for going against his wife's warnings about getting too close to him and supporting his shadiness. Now before I carry on with the video, I would like to take a moment to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, because it really helps the channel out and we love seeing you guys supporting our platform. At number 8, Sharon Osbourne. After Meghan Markle and Prince Harry did their interview with Oprah Winfrey earlier this year, there was a lot of drama that followed. Everyone was talking about it and picking it apart, and the one person who had the most to say about it was TV presenter Piers Morgan. He picked that interview apart and made a lot of harsh comments, and that sent a lot of hate his way, but the one person who defended and supported his insights was Sharon Osbourne. On the show The View, Sharon Osbourne and one of the show's other hosts, Cheryl Underwood, got into a heated argument surrounding Piers Morgan's remarks about Meghan Markle. During this feud, Sharon backed up Pierce's comments about Meghan's mental health, and this frustrated Cheryl because she didn't like the comments that were being made about those involved. This very heated debate then got even bigger and prompted an internal investigation after it was alleged that Sharon's beliefs that had been exposed during this conversation about Piers and his comments weren't really anything new for her. Her support of the TV presenter and his controversial comments ended up affecting her career just as negatively as Pierce's, which is never a good thing for a celebrity. At number 7, Roseanne Barr. I know that everyone has their different thoughts and beliefs. No two people will agree on everything all of the time, but supporting people with an incredibly hurtful and controversial outlook on things isn't always for the best. There have been a lot of celebrities who faced backlash for supporting the wrong people, like Roseanne Barr for example, and her support for Donald Trump and his presidency. Roseanne is one of the many celebrities out there who have voiced their support for Trump, especially during his presidential campaigns. In the past, Roseanne has been very outspoken about her support for Trump and has tweeted him in the past showing her admiration for him. In one tweet, the actor said, quote, "For those who wonder, back in the day I was called a liberal by journalists. I used to answer, I'm not a liberal, I'm a radical, I still am. I voted for Trump to shake up the status quo and the establishment." End quote. As you can imagine, she got backlash for supporting the former president, but that doesn't stop her from supporting this problematic person. At number 6, Chrissy Teigan. In early 2020, at the start of this pandemic, a lot of celebrities were voicing their thoughts and opinions on the global health crisis, and many of them faced backlash. From Madonna and her bathtub rant to Evangeline Lilly and her dismissal of the lockdown protocols, celebrities started facing backlash for their comments and actions, but the one celebrity who faced the most backlash in regards to their pandemic comments was actress Vanessa Hudgens. You might recall her comments about people passing away due to COVID and the backlash that ensued afterwards, but you might not recall who came to support her when she was being cancelled. Chrissy Teigan stepped up to defend the actress when she was getting torn apart online and in the news. In response to Vanessa being cancelled, Chrissy tweeted her in defense saying, quote, "Sometimes people, especially famous people, are going to say some really stupid ish. And so are you. And they and you will learn from it, and hopefully their history says they're good. It's okay. And at the same time, wow, they really had a dumb effing moment. But you don't have to ruin their lives. This isn't about me this time, but it will be one day, or it'll be you. But yeah, today it's Vanessa, lol. And no, life is rarely ruined for anyone, but you are damn well trying your best. Just stop." End quote. Chrissy also ended up facing some backlash for those comments because she was seen as defending the remarks that Vanessa made, which just goes to show that supporting someone or something problematic can't always end well for you. At number 5, Chris Rock. One of the other scandals that took place back in 2020 was the drama surrounding the resurfaced video of late night host Jimmy Fallon doing blackface. The video in question was from a bit that Jimmy did back in 2000 where he was trying to do an impression of the actor Chris Rock. This video resurfaced towards the beginning of the Black Lives Matter movement that exploded last summer. In response to this, fans canceled the late night show host, and he was being held accountable for his actions. Jimmy ended up issuing an apology to his fans and to anyone else that he may have offended with his actions, but one person who actually came to support Jimmy during this time was the very person that he was trying to imitate in that bit. Chris Rock came to Jimmy's defense while doing an interview for the New York Times where he said, quote, "I'm friends with Jimmy. Jimmy is a great guy, and he didn't mean anything. A lot of people want to say intention doesn't matter, but it does. I don't think Jimmy Fallon intended to hurt me, and he didn't." End quote. A lot of people were kind of shocked at how little Chris cared about what was going on and how he defended Jimmy's actions. At number 4, Andrew Rannells. I recently did a video about celebrities who really don't like late night host and actor James Corden, but it seems that there's at least one celebrity out there who does like him, because after the late night host started facing backlash for a character he portrayed in a recent film, actor Andrew Rannells came to support him. This all happened after James started facing backlash and scrutiny for the way he played his character in the movie The Prom. James played a character who is part of the LGBTQ+ community, and many of those who saw the movie said that James played into many gay stereotypes, which a lot of people took offense to. In the midst of the backlash he was facing, his co-star Andrew Rannells came to James's defense saying, quote, "In the same way that James can play a gay character, he's also given me the opportunity to play a straight character, which is not something I do all the time. As much as the director takes an actor's sexuality into consideration, I think ultimately he's looking for talent and parts, and he's given me the opportunity to play this part, which maybe another director wouldn't have cast me in. I'm very grateful for the opportunity." End quote. At number 3, Winston Marshall. Not too long ago, there was a bit of a scandal in the world of music when Winston Marshall, one of the members of Mumford & Sons, came under fire for backing and supporting a book and author that was seen as offensive by many fans. The book in question, unmasked inside Antifa's radical plan to destroy democracy, is said to, quote, "condemn the destructive rise of Antifa." When Winston took to social media to voice his support for the material and the book's author Andy Ngo, his views were seen as offensive, and as a result it caused a clash within his band as well as with his supporters. The views depicted in the book's material were seen as highly controversial, and since the musician took to supporting these ideals, he faced a lot of backlash from fans and the rest of the band, and it ended up affecting his career. It was later announced that Winston was leaving the music group permanently after a statement was released saying, quote, "I know that as long as I am a member of the band, speaking my mind on the evils of political extremism could bring them trouble. My loyalty and love for them cannot permit that. However, to remain in the band and self-censor will gnaw at my conscience, erode my integrity. By leaving, I hope to speak freely without them suffering the consequences." End quote. At number 2, James Charles. Last fall, TikToker Charli D'Amelio faced heaps of backlash for the way she behaved in a video that was posted to their YouTube channel. In the Dinner with the D'Amelios video, the D'Amelio family was sitting down to dinner with special guest James Charles, and things started to go south. Between the remarks that both Charli and her sister Dixie were making about the food that was prepared for them, and the comments that Charli made about her TikTok following, this drama just added another controversy to the TikTok's roster. But in response to the backlash that the D'Amelios were facing, James Charles came to support the family. James tweeted saying, quote, "This Charli situation is not sitting right with me. 100 million followers in 1 year and y'all expect her to know how to be a perfect role model, death threats because she's a picky eater, and made a joke about a milestone, 30-plus-year-olds dragging someone half their age," end quote. James continued to defend Charli online until he eventually got dragged into the drama himself, but no one came to support him. And finally, at number 1, Kim Kardashian. Up until the point of their separation, Kim K was always seen supporting her husband Kanye West. She supported him in many aspects of his life, from his personal life to his music career, and even his problematic moments, including his controversial presidential campaign back in 2020. The most support came after Kanye had a breakdown at one of his rallies, where he said some controversial stuff about American history, his views, and even his family, and later he took that same energy to Twitter, where he sent out more messages that rubbed a few people the wrong way. But even through all of that, Kim supported and defended her husband, ensuring people that he didn't mean what he was saying. She stood up for him until she just couldn't do it anymore, leading to their separation. Now, before I wrap things up for today, I want you guys to tell me what you think about these celebrities defending other problematic people. Do you think that these people should be supported when they find themselves in a scandal, or do you think they should just be left out to dry? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Anyways, that's it for me. I've been your host, Bria Rube, and until next time, stay safe, make good choices, and stay groovy, friends. Bye!